and this won't be seen, so whatever I can edit it if there's parts you don't like. Like what I usually do is I'll do the video and then I'll send it to you unlisted so you can check it out, and if you sign off on it, then that's how it'll stay. Because I wouldn't want someone to put something about me either, and I hate it. All right. What's up, folks? This is Kevin here, the Tattoo Twin on YouTube, and I'm here with my really good friend, Dondi, also YouTuber, goes under the name Life Anime Gaming, amazing channel. And this is going to be my very first video where I'm doing a weekly shout out of amazing channels. I'm going to put some ground rules, like it'll be under 1,000 subs. And these help these amazing channels kind of come out and show you some stuff that you may have not seen that you would really enjoy. So Dondi has been gracious enough to get on with me here and do a little talking. So basically, I want to do this kind of interview style, sir, and I'll have like 5 questions. Should be pretty simple. We'll go through so viewers will get to know you better if they haven't already. And so if you're ready, sir, I'll go ahead and start the list.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
And I cleared up my throat and I took a few drinks, so hopefully I don't just stay the whole way. Okay, so number 1. When did you start collecting? And I guess this one I really mean as an adult. Like, if I understand that most of us as kiddos, we played with toys and stuff. But when did you feel like in your life when you became a serious collector?
Well, I mean, I've always collected comics. That's a big thing for me is comic books when I first started out. But in the last couple years, I'm a newbie, so I just started collecting toys, and it went from the Incredible Hawks back here to action figures and stuff like that. So last couple years, I would say maybe 2 or 3 years, I've been a collector.
Like a serious hardcore adult collector where
Yeah,
you're
I mean, I started really getting into it maybe in the last 2 years or so. So I haven't been a hardcore collector for that long.
for sure. Um, for some reason that's really common for us adults, especially mine and your age. We're about the same age bracket. I hear most people saying within 2 to 3 years they became a serious collector. They may have played with toys and had toys as young, but when it became to like a collector's mindset, it was mostly probably trying to regain, I guess, that youth, stuff that you loved back in your times. But yeah,
Yeah, it's hard to stay with one thing. You're like when you first start collecting, it's like, oh, I like this, I like that, I like that, and then you start kind of zoning in on what you want. So I'm getting
yeah,
to that point where I'm starting to zone in on what I want.
awesome. Yeah, I could see that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Uh, okay, going into number 2, what is your favorite fandom to collect? Like, if you could choose, I know like a lot of us, like myself, I collect everything under the sun. But if you could pick one thing, whether it be vintage, whether it be import or whatever, what would you pick? Like specifically, your favorite thing? And I don't know if
Well,
behind you is going to be any. You got
Well, I
quite a
mean,
bit.
as you can see, yeah, I mean, I don't know if they can see on the camera, but I do have a ton of Incredible Hawks back there. But, I mean, yes, that's one of my favorites is comic books, as I said before. But it seems like to me lately it's been more and more vintage, like cartoon stuff, like um, Biker Mice from Mars, He-Man, all that old school toys, the stuff that you had as a kid. I mean, it just anytime I find something like that, in a flea market or, like we went to a place called Awesome Toys Jacks when we went to Orlando. I mean, it's like walking into almost into like you hear the angels sing, you know. Um, so that's I guess that's what I'm zoning in on now is old school stuff. And I mean, I do love anime, I do love comics, and I do love vintage. So I'm kind of torn between all three of those classes. So
Absolutely, and it seems like you're saying, you started off your first love was comic books, and most of the stuff you collect now, the vintage, their origins are comics and cartoons. So it makes sense that people like you or I were comic fans, comic geeks, and we love cartoons, and now we're collecting like vintage or retro items that are from those type of origins comic books. So it makes sense that would be the next progression.
well, I kind of feel like I was destined to love comics because my name is basically a comic book name. It's from like old school cartoon from the Sunday paper called Dondi. So I was always, and my dad his name is Bruce Wayne Wiggins. So it all rolls into that comic book, genre. So, you know,
Yeah, you were pre-genetically disposed to being a
yes,
comic
to it.
from before your birth.
Mhm.
Now that you just mentioned it, I'm gonna get off track. When you did your recent Orlando trip, did you find anything that maybe you would love to have picked up? Maybe if money was no object, was there anything there that you would say grailish?
Yeah, that whole store. I would have bought that whole store. I'm sorry, but I would have. I mean, they had everything in there. I mean, you would have gone crazy in there if you had the money. I mean, because they had all those old school um oh uh Stone Age guys with the dinosaurs. He had those. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
They
the Dino
had,
Riders or
yeah, not Dino Riders, but the little
the
the
play
ones
school
that had,
style,
huh?
the play school style ones.
Yes, the ones that look like cavemen. The cave.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, they had the cavemen and the dinosaurs. They had, I mean, every single thing that you had all bought on your channel. They'd had the whole, almost had the whole collection there. So it was like it was like me walking into like a candy store, and I was able, if I was had $1 million, I would have been buying all the candy. I would just pop down the money, say, hey, I bought the store. I'm just gonna stay here for now. That'd be my collection. Um, but yeah, I mean, there was a couple things. I mean, there was one that Looker would probably kill me for not for leaving on the table at the flea market. They actually had the old school Toy Biz Jurassic. I'm not Jurassic Park, but Godzilla, the one from the '90s cartoon. I mean,
oh
movie that
yeah.
actually was remote controlled. And
Ooh.
I looked it up when I got home. The guy wanted it for $20, wanted $20 for it. When I got home and looked it up, it was over $200 figure.
So you're like,
And I was like,
"What?"
man, I wish I'd picked it up, because Blicker would have loved it. But yeah, I mean, there was a lot of stuff that we found. When I put the video up, you'll be. I mean, I wish I didn't get footage. I lost the footage for Toys Jacks, but another fellow YouTuber and friend named Just Cabo got a lot of footage. So you can check it out on his channel.
Definitely, and I hope to get just Kevo on here too in the future. Also, because mainly because I like the fact that he has a lot of different tastes in what he collects, but he hits home for me with his vintage love for some of like the Playmate turtles and other things. But that right there kind of connects us to start with.
Yeah, he's a good
So
guy. He's a really good friend of mine, and just like you, we all became really good friends. So, I mean, he's a really good guy. So, yes,
awesome.
his channel is definitely something to check out.
When you were there seeing all that vintage goodness and everything in Orlando, did the wifey have to kind of keep you grounded and in check so you didn't go
No,
off?
my wife is so supportive. I mean, Emily Arceau, as she's known on the channel, and she has her own channel. She plays Ocarina. Um, her channel is so 0131 if you want to check it out.
And we'll post it right here also.
Yeah, she's always supportive. I mean, I can never ever, she's like, hey, I say, hey, baby, can I get this? And she'll be like, you don't have to ask, just go ahead and get it. As long as we have the
Awesome.
money, she doesn't mind. And I kind of keep myself in check because I want us to have a good life. I
Right.
don't want to let it get out of control. I mean, I feel sometimes that I'm already doing that as I'm spending too much.
Yeah.
But I'm trying. As a collector, we all know that there's that kind of addictive side to it. So I try to, keep myself in check, because I don't want to ever put us in trouble because of some plastic.
Well, that's very responsible. It's good to be able to remain responsible, even though you have like that, just that desire you have to kind of suppress in your own mind.
Yeah.
My wife was the same way. She kind of has the. I probably am not as responsible as you though. Listening to you speak about it, so I really have to watch myself as well. Okay, so anyway, absolutely agree with you there. Okay, moving forward, let's see. We're gonna go ahead and go with number three. What made you start your YouTube channel? Do you know? Is it a certain specific reason you started it?
Well, this is a funny little thing. My wife loves YouTube. She watches YouTubers. She actually does YouTube videos, and I didn't understand it when I first, she first started doing, talking about it. I said, like, why would you watch this thing? I didn't really get into it. And then we watched this. She finally got me to watch one video, which was by a YouTuber named um what's his name? Jack Septic Eye, and he was doing a gameplay video called Papers, Please, and I enjoyed it so much that I was like, okay, this is fine. I like this. Now, it got me into it, and I finally, you know, she had a channel, and I tried to, she always talking about how she was doing stuff, and I finally decided to try it myself, and I put one small video of a haul I got from the flea market. That's my very first video, and I kind of enjoyed doing it. And then I started searching, and I found a toy time machine at first, and I thought their videos was really cool. And then one of the videos I was watching actually had your video in it, where you won something from them, and they said, "Hey, go look over at this channel and subscribe." So I went from there to your channel, and as soon as I found your channel, I was like, "Oh shit, this is what I wanted, and this is what I want to do." And to be honest, you're kind of an inspiration to that. You helped me get to the point where I am now, with just by me finding your channel, then me contacting you, and then you giving me pointers, and we, and having me join tag team, and it just became I mean, it's just like a stone rolling downhill. It just went from there. And I still sometimes kind of feel burnout on it, because it is a part time job in some ways, doing YouTube.
For sure.
But um, it's still fun to me. I love doing it. That's why I still do it. Is because I love showing my sharing my hunts and sharing who I am and sharing, as I say in one of my videos, my nerdy life. You know.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And we got to keep. I guess we have to keep that part of it where it's fun to us, because I can understand. Like I don't even have 2 years, but it's like a production. There's a lot of effort that goes into this. People think, oh, you were already walking around looking through a thrift store, or a store, but there's so much more than that. You in ways you don't get to enjoy your love as much, just because you have to worry about capturing things a certain way. Your video, you want to make sure to get certain things, and it kind of, I think, takes away a little bit from it. It's still fun, but I mean, when you're free to do your own thing, it's one thing, but you're doing things for other people as well. Like you're trying to share it, so it's effort. I guess I should say a lot more effort. So we got to make sure that doesn't kind of, I guess, trump the actual fun aspect of it. So that way we keep doing it for long term. I've seen so many
Yeah.
people quit just in a year.
Yeah, because it's like you said, like I said, it's a part-time job. You doing all that editing, making sure that you got the right footage, and then you find out that you didn't get some footage because you hit the wrong button, and you get angry at yourself. All kind of stuff.
For sure.
It's fun to. I mean, I've met a lot of people that I would never have met because if I wasn't doing YouTube, and it's given me connections to things that I would never thought, I wouldn't have ever went and looking for a retro. I lived in Jacksonville for 3 years, and I never knew that store even existed there. So, it just it allows you to do things that you've never done before, and you know, um, I enjoy YouTube in that way.
Absolutely. That's awesome, man. Okay, I guess we'll move into number 4. Where do you want to be in 1 year from now? And basically, with your channel, where would you like to see your channel at in 1 year?
Well, I mean, I would like to see it grow. I mean, I'm 6 away from being 200 right now. I'm not. In some ways, I'm not like a regular YouTuber. I'm not out to get the 1,000 subs and be get paid and all that. I'm not for that. That's not what I'm here for. I'm. It's when it gets there, it gets there. I'm trying. What I want is to, give people the best content and, you know, and enjoy myself. So what I would like to, in a year, I would like to make more friends. Have more people comment and tell me, how the good his show is, and make connections with me. And in a year, if I'm at 300 or 400, I'd be happy with that. Um, and I'm here to help my fellow collectors because that's what I'm always about. I love seeing that happen, and so if I can help somebody in this year, with their collection, that's I'd be happy with that. I guess that's my answer. If I can help my fellow collectors and basically make more connections, I'd be happy with that.
That's an excellent answer. Okay, now having gone into the very last question, and then we'll get you off the hot box or the hot seat. This kind of blends into what you were just saying. What advice would you give if you had any advice to give to someone that wants to start a YouTube channel but maybe they haven't yet? What advice would you give?
I'll give you the advice that I got when I first started mine. And this came from my wife and a couple other people who are YouTubers. Start. That's what you need to do. It's just, go out and have a camera or some type of recording device and just figure it out. Because if you don't start, if you are scared, say, "Oh, I don't have the right equipment. I don't know what to talk about." Just talk about what you're into. I mean, it's the first video is the hardest. I mean, you're scared to put yourself out there. I mean, right now I stutter, not stutter, but I kind of say and ah uh, and I'm trying to break myself with that because it kind of breaks the flow of the video. But in it, one of the reasons why I started YouTube is because I was scared. I was scared to talk in the front of this video, in this camera. I was scared to put myself out there. That that just get over that. I mean, it's not as easy as me saying that, but it's you just if you just do it once, it becomes easier the second time, and the third time it becomes even easier. So just start. That's my best advice.
That's good advice. Yeah, you learn trial by fire. You get out there because a lot of times people aren't going to try to help you, and they're too busy to try to take someone under their wing. I know when I first started, which is not that long ago, there was huge channels that I started checking out, but I pretty much ultimately had to learn on my own as well. And I basically just went with my own creative thoughts and ideas and did what I did. I have over 400 videos out, and I hate the first 100. So it's a learning process. And it
Yeah,
gets
well, I
I
mean, if
realize
you
I get.
want to, I mean, find somebody who you think is doing well on YouTube and talk to them. I mean, I didn't know Kevin from a hole in a wall until I was like, "Hey, I got a pickle Rick. You want it?" And next thing I know, you kind of took me under your wing in some ways. Like, hey, dude, why don't you do this? I mean, Sandman hurt my feelings when he was like, your camera isn't good. You don't have the right, the pixels on your camera, and he hurt my feelings. But he was right. I wasn't doing something right there, and he's trying to give me advice, and I took it the wrong way. So listen to, get somebody who you can kind of talk to who's done it before you and get some advice because they'll help you out, or hopefully they will. If nothing else, come to me. I'll help you out if you need some advice, or Kevin here will help you out. Just talk to us. I don't know as much as Kevin does, so I always ask him questions all the time. So I bet you get tired of me asking questions sometimes.
Not at all.
So I
I'll be
mean,
a father figure.
we're here. I'm here to if I can help somebody, I'm down to do it. I'll try to give you as much help as I can give you, and if I can't, I'll go ask somebody that I know can help you. So just don't be afraid. I mean, I'll watch your videos. Look at Louis, like we were talking about Louis Lewis earlier.
Yeah,
I mean, he did his first video and it was excellent. I mean, it was really good. So you never know. You may do a video and it's the best thing ever. You just don't know it. You didn't know you had that talent.
for sure. Yeah, definitely. Excellent answer. I've noticed, like, even for myself, like, there's so many of us that do this. There's thousands that do the similar stuff that we do. So it's not like a knock on us just because they've never heard of us. It's just because it's a massive world of videos. So even though, even if I can help kind of get people out there, not that they're not deserving, it's just there's so many, it's hard to get us circulated. So,
Yeah, well, I mean,
word
yeah,
of mouth.
I mean, it's not like there's so many people out there that like some people everybody's like Jacksepticeye who has millions of people or Markiplier who have billions and millions of subs. They're probably the same way. They probably would give you advice if they knew who you were or could actually talk to you. I mean, I've seen them at cons, and they're very nice. You know, they'll talk to you and act like a regular person because that's who they are. They're regular people. They're not
Yeah.
like a giant celebrity who says, you know, I'm not talking to you, you know, type of person. So, I mean, you never know. I mean, if you start, you may be one of those people who are have billions and millions of subs eventually. You know,
And
I
people
mean, I
still
know
not.
you're on your way to that. I believe in you. I believe that you're going to be there eventually, Tattoo.
Thank you.
You know.
I would not turn it down if it could happen.
Well, I mean, I'm a bit, probably be one of those guys. Says I knew him when he had 20 subs.
Yeah. I'd be like that. Hey guys, nose up in the air, and I'll
You
still be
have your
picking through
pinky up.
someone's dirty underwear in a garage sale. I'll be in the garage sale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so, yeah, I mean, you'll one of these days, I figure that you'll be doing so good that you maybe even can quit your job, just do this full time. That'd be awesome. I'd be proud to say that when you say that one day. You know, I'll be clapping for you.
Well,
You
thank you. I
know.
appreciate it. I bet by the time it happens, I was gonna retire anyway.
Well, in 2 years, I mean, 2 years. I mean, you've done pretty good in 2 years. So, I mean, you're building pretty quickly. I think. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not no judge, but it looks like it to me. You know. So.
Well, it's a good thing I'm okay with my day job profession. That way, I'm not let down if it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate your time, man. I really appreciate it, and I hope this in some way helps. Get your content out there because I enjoy your content. So I know there's countless other people that would enjoy your content if they had if they get to see you and me too. Like I said, there's people that have millions of subs that I've never heard of, and they have
Mm.
millions of subs.
Oh yeah,
And I'm
there's
sure I would
plenty of
enjoy
people
them
out
if I.
there. All you have to do is go out and search for people, you know, just to type in what you're into, like vintage toys. And I mean, to be honest, I've typed into vintage toys, and you're one of the first people to pop up. So, I mean, uh, you know, just search out those people that you know need your subs and who will support you as well as a tuber. That's basically what you have to do. I mean, uh, that's why when I started talking to Tattoo here or Kevin here. You know, I knew he was a good guy, and I knew that I could ask him questions. So that's why we became fast friends because you know we were both on the same page. So
Similar,
that's
yeah, very similar.
yeah, similar, you know, similar thought process. So that's what you know I would that's the best advice. You know, start and you know seek out the same type of person. You know.
Absolutely. So, I guess having said that, that's excellent stopping point. I really appreciate it. I think you gave some great answers, and I hope to see you around. I hope one day we can meet up. I like a lot of your ideas on kind of building a community to where we can actually get to meet up every once in a while, especially us like-minded collectors.
Well, I've always thought of like us as nerds or geeks, what you want to call us, that we all should, you know, get to know each other and become one big community because nobody else is looking out for us, so we should look out for ourselves. You know, look out for all of us are like-minded people because you know, it makes I like making friends. I'm a person who has a small um, community of friends here, but I'm always trying to expand it because I like you know getting to know new people and getting to hang out with cool people. And I mean, I've always thought that everybody in the tag team are really great people. So I met Overkill and he was really cool. And I mean I know that when I once I meet and shake your hand that it'll be a great day as well.
It's gonna happen. We'll
Yeah.
get it. The only struggle is just the distance.
Yeah, for real. But I mean, it would have been cool if we could all met up at Lexicon. But I was, you know, like I said before, eventually we'll find a con or we'll go someplace and hang out.
Yeah, like a middle ground, kind of middle.
Yes, definitely.
All right, sir. Well, that would be awesome. So I
Yep.
guess we'll go ahead and conclude the video. Thank you so much, and I can't
Yep.
wait to see your next videos, man. I know you
Yeah.
have
Thank you
something
for
in the
having me on,
works today.
Kevin. Thank you for having me on, Tattoo Toy Hunter or Kevin, however you want me to say it.
Either way,
I appreciate it.
appreciate it. Yeah, you can call me K Dog if you like.
Okay, dog.
Remember?
Got big pew 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 pew.
pew, 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 pew. All right, sir.
All
Have a good one, man.
right.
Bye.
Yeah, man. Bye.